literacy of proficiency.
There it is.
Yes.
Okay. Greetings, everyone. We're here together at the Healmobile Energy Healing Tune-Up. And what we're going to do today is just be present and get our energy tuned up. And I begin all things. Those of you who've been with me before know that I begin all things in the name of the Creator Most High Innermost. And I want to welcome to this space that which we see, that which we don't see, the ancestors we came from who are present in us, and we are them. I want to welcome you where you are, who you're being, who your cells are being in their perfection, and their travels through their trillions of processes, just doing the excellent work of keeping you here and having you breathing and seeing and being. So, with that, we begin. Okay. So, the solution that we're going to seek today is to tune up the energy of our listening, our body in a certain kind of way. Last time we looked at the word spire. That was our theme. And we talked about inspiration and aspiration and, you know, expiration. Today, we'll look at a different word, and it's about wince, W-I-N-C-E. When you shrink and just kind of like this.
Oh,
Yes. And I
I
found
thought,
myself doing that in the session with an organization that I'm on the board of. I found that the energy was so strong among those folks that I found myself shrinking. And it was my turn to introduce myself, and I stumbled over introducing myself. And then I realized later that the vibrational frequency was so very high that it shook me. So I just want us to look at how we wince from our lives, how we shrink. And then I also noticed that one of the ways we shrink is inside of the news that we keep getting, the news that we get that is designed to have us feel fearful and not resourced. When in fact, the most gracious has provided us with every single thing, and we're not as appreciative as we can be. So the Heal Mobile is dedicated to helping leaders heal themselves and their organizations. And my vision is that people love themselves and they love healing themselves because all it takes is a touch. Most of us just want a touch. That's all we want. Just a touch. That's all we want. Just a touch. And so in this space, what we're doing is finding different ways to touch. And so I say the Heal Mobile is your journey, is part of the journey on the way to your true self, your best direction on the Overground Railroad. And if you're not aware of the history of the Underground Railroad, it's about the emancipation of people who were enslaved. So now it's about the emancipation of people who are mentally and bodily and consumer wise and ecologically. Maybe they're in that state of enslavement to their environment. And so on the Overground Railroad, we're taking us through that and past it. And we have various stations that we stop at. And right now it's the energy healing tune up. So you're going to tune up your energy. So let us all just take a deep breath to our belly and pause inside of what's present. You can close your eyes if you like. I want you to appreciate your parents and the way you came through here. Just taking a few breaths. And if you can consider it on a scale of 0 to 10, just think about the energy that you have right now. And then we'll come back to the scale again and see if the energy has shifted. 0 means I have no energy for anything today. 10 is I'm feeling like I can take on the world today. I could do all those projects I've been putting off. What's your energy level today? 0 to 10 as we start out. Okay. All right. So one of the things I do to ensure that I'm doing less wincing mm, mm, is to use the oils. And that's why I said, whenever we do this, we're talking about you being a work of art. It's not that you're a work in progress. The train has already left the station. The train has left the station. So you're not a work in progress. You're not a work in progress. No, no, no. You're a work of art. Look how beautiful you are. Look how flawlessly you operate. Giving thanks for that to the Most High, innermost, most gracious. And conducting yourself in such a way that, oh, this is my stop. Let me get off. Let me pause here. And so, what I do to pause here in the morning is I have my coffee or my tea, and then I always say, get your work of art, stands for aromas, Reiki hand healing, and tapping. So, you always have your aromas, and the aromas come from the essential oils. All perfumes come from oils, okay? And when they don't, they're made of chemicals. You want to use the pure substance to help yourself. Okay. So I take something like orange oil. This one is citrus. It's a combination. And I put it in my coffee just like this. Niamo, why are you showing us that? Who cares? The reason is it's been found to have an antiseptic role in the body when it comes to wayward cells, the citrus, especially the orange oil. Also, some other oils do this. And you can put them in any liquid that you're drinking, one or two, if you have a very pure, trustworthy essential oil company that you use oils from. So I always say you start with the aromas, make sure you're smelling good. Somebody gave me this here, and I'm very happy with it. I don't know what it is, but it is smells delicious. So I put it right under my nose so I can make sure I'm smelling that. And reminds me of how great thou art, innermost, outermost. So when you put your oil in your liquid, you're actually adding to your body more oxygen. And that's what you want. You want more oxygen. The body has to be oxygenated. The blood cells gets oxygenated. The blood cells become more oxygenated with the addition of pure essential oils. This is scientifically shown, and there's lots of studies and research behind it. Okay, so don't sleep on your basic dietary essential oils that you can put in your food. And that's the way to start using the aromas and the essential oils very, very easily. Okay. So, all right. So I offer peace to you as a work of art, and you're at the stop and go station of the energy healing tune up. We just did a little bit of breathing and we talked about the word wince. Okay. So if we have more oxygenation in our blood cells, we're less likely to wince. We're more powerful. We feel more powerful. And that is the opportunity to use the oil so that you feel like, feel better about things, right? So, Brother Kamal, did you choose your oil, your 0 to 10?
Yeah, I chose my 0 to 10. I didn't make it public though. And
No, no,
I
no, you didn't have to. I just want to know if you
okay,
had
good.
chosen.
And when you first said the word wince, I had a different I gotta check the spellings to see if it's a different word or just a different meaning of the same word.
Mhm.
Uh, from whence we came.
Yeah, no, no, not that one. That's right. And it still works because the Underground Railroad is from whence we came, right? And now we're headed
The
toward
source. Right.
another um, station, you know, and this is just a stop along the way. So what we want to do is find ways of increasing our capacity. Okay. And the reason I bring that up is a personal story, and then we'll do some little tweaking. The personal story that I want to bring up that has to do with the word wince is that if you don't let yourself wince, your body may not be able to function in the digestive manner that it should. You want your digestion to operate properly. And in my family, my grandfather, not my father, My mother's father had a heart attack or a heart stoppage while he was on the toilet. He was striving to release waste. And if you look it up, a lot of heart attacks occur in that moment when that wince energy becomes so you're really feeling it and you want to let go right there and you cannot. What happens when you cannot and you try to force it? So we want to tune up our listening to what it is that gives us the wince energy, the shrinking energy. See that? It's an example. What in our life is going on? Made me cough when
Can I give?
my mother passed and she had an enlarged heart. My aunt had been taking blood pressure medicine for an enlarged heart. I am a stand that I take more care because I don't necessarily believe that I have to do the same exact things that my parents and my grandparents did. So I want to just say one of the ways we can deal with this is this piece of furniture that I'm showing you right now. This piece of furniture, ooh, it's in a state, boy. It is in a state. I didn't wipe off the bottom of it. But when we talk about the stool, we need something when we rest in the restroom to lift our legs up. If you're not in the habit of, what's it called? If you're not in the habit of putting your legs up against the wall or higher than your heart on a regular basis, doing your yoga such that your legs are higher than your heart, if you're not in the habit of doing that, you're not in the habit of squatting. Other societies squat all the time. They're sitting outside, they're squatting, they're doing their food, they're commiserating with each other. We don't have that. We have chairs that raise us up in the West. And so to approximate the ease of digestive flow and fluids that occur because one is squatting and therefore one is wincing functionally in the body, you may have to put one of these stools in your bathroom. I have one in the kitchen to get to the higher cabinets, and it's very helpful. Sometimes I could put it under my legs. I have something under my legs right now. It's something to allow me to sit in such a way. I realize I have this one too. This is kind of a just a little bit of a raise that it gives my legs when I'm sitting because we want to support our digestive system, lest we wince too much and then we're not here because we did it too hard, too much. Okay, so yes, Kamal, you want to say something?
Yeah, I wanted to add a word to verify the statement about the heart.
Mm,
At that time, I was told by a fireman, emergency medical technician, about how often they find people on that stool position with
yeah,
heart attacks, and
yes,
how you should never force a
that's right.
movement.
Thank you.
Allow it to move naturally. Never strain to
Never
force the
strain.
movement.
That's
I just want to
exactly
give
it.
it right.
I didn't want to, thank you so much. I didn't want to stress the straining and what not to do. And that was purposeful. We're often lectured what not to do. And what you can do is escapes us as the solution. So the problem is the excess wincing, and that's another word for straining. And could be, in other words, And the solution for that problem is inversion. Having the body be like this when it's normally like this or like this. It's normally like this is your head and is your feet, right? That's what the body is normally doing. But when you invert it so that your legs are up, your knees are up, you're cycling with your legs up, you're just stretching your legs and you're massaging your calves. Okay? So that's one of the things that we could do today. Just take the time. I have on orange leggings, and here's my calves. And we just want to make sure that we're massaging that area of the body. Massage it. Massage it. Holds a lot of energy. Study the or review or check with Gemini or Claude, whoever your friend is, regarding the benefit of massaging the calves to the whole body. And of course, you know, I'm talking about the feet, the legs, the ankles. And around the ankles is the digestive and the creative area, the sexual energy, the sexual organs around the ankles. So you want to make sure you're massaging yourself. And I see Kamal is tapping on his head. And that's wonderful. We're going to do some tapping, don't you worry. I just wanted us to get into the habit of just using our fingers to just tap on, not tap on, but squeeze our calves. You know, we'll tap our knees and say, oh, my knees aren't doing this, my knees aren't doing that. Well, maybe it's because they didn't get enough of the circulation of blood from the calves. Maybe you haven't inverted. Maybe you haven't squatted. Maybe it's time to do more of that. Put your legs up when you go into the restroom. Put your legs up. Massage your stomach, massage your legs while you're sitting. Because as Kamal just said, a lot of people are found in that position and they just roll over and they make their transition because they've strained too hard. We don't want to do that. And right now, let's just close our eyes for a minute because there's a reason why you might be straining too hard. There's a reason why you wince. And so let's just do a quick, maybe 5-minute meditation around that reasoning. And then we'll close with our Kun Fire Kun tapping. These are challenging times because the systems are not designed to offer peace. Breathe into the belly. Take in, receive the breath into the belly. And just hold it there for a moment. Exhale it through the mouth. Breathe in. Exhale it through the mouth. Breathe in through the belly. Exhale it through the mouth. Offering peace is a work for that which is not designed to offer peace. Sit with that for a moment. Release the wonder. Release the wonder that some of us on this earth cannot allow ourselves to offer peace. Think about that. I want you to imagine your own wholeness, your own completeness. I want you to imagine that, in fact, the fact is that peaceful world does exist. I want you to imagine that the peaceful world operates uber efficiently. Everything works, and there is perfection in it. The spiral word, the spire, the top of a cathedral word, gave us spiral last time. This time, the wince word, the shrinking. Ooh, the disgust, the fear, the strain of facing what's present has given us whence, from whence we came. There is relationship and order. And our body's frequency expands and moves higher and higher and higher in a graphic manner. The valleys rise to the pinnacle. Then there's a higher valley and it rises up to another level, another pinnacle. And then there's another valley, but it's higher than it was before. And it rises and rises. Imagine that you're in the space of totally welcoming your own personal pinnacle of the highest frequency of who you are. Receive breath inside of that image. Breathe the life into it. What does it look like? Molecules, cellular structures, sinews, messaging cells, organs in operation. Everything's working harmoniously. That's the physical body. And we extend it into the aura. We're commanding it into the aura. We expect expanding it, extending it way above our heads, expanding it, extending it way below our feet. It fills the room, this high frequency, high vibrational energy that we occupy. And this is how we move as healmobiles. You're in motion. You might as well be healthy and always healing. Why? Because you take in so much and there's much to dispose of. You're built for this. You are anointed for this. So just come back to your center. You may gather the pieces of the colors of your image, the corners. You may gather them like wings, like your wings are just pulling them to you. That's what you're doing. There's no out there, out there. And you have a sense, you're bringing back to yourself a sense of omnipresence. And it's a good thing. Omnipresence is a beautiful thing. So we're tuning up the listening. We're tuning up the body mind. We know that there are tapping points along the body, along the face. We're just going to do a few of them. But first, I want to ask Kamau, are you present to your scale of 0 to 10 and where your number is now?
Yes. I wanted to comment. Um,
Can you answer my question?
yeah, I said yes. I answered your question. Do you want me to tell you what it was and what it is?
Yes.
Okay, from 5 to 7. I bet you just wanted to know if I was aware of the states of being. So I was trying to answer by saying yes, I'm aware of. I didn't know you were asking what they were.
Yeah, so good. 5 to 7. And so what's this about states of being? Tell me more.
Um, the power of the circle, and when we circle and elevate, when we circle up, it's a spiral dance.
Mm,
So as I saw you working on your first eye in that circular motion, it made me think of the spiral and
yes.
the energy that rises up from the spine, the
Yes.
spiral. It's an upward. It's an upward, and that brought me to the song about Jacob's ladder. About every
Ah,
round goes higher and higher. We're climbing Jacob's ladder, and the
yes, I
spiral dance.
yeah,
Just images that came to mind as we were doing that exercise.
I appreciate it because I was thinking of a ladder before, but I was trying not to say ladder because I'm not sure why, but you brought it, so it had to be in the space.
Well, the ladder has rounds and it's upward
Yes,
kind of
every
thing, but I
round
think
goes
it's
higher and higher.
right. But I think it's a spiral dance that spirals upward.
Hmm.
That you never leave the circle. You rise the circle, let the circle rise, and
Hmm.
it's a spiral dance upward. It's not like rungs on a ladder. It's because you never leave the circle. You just rise the circle.
I'm glad you're bringing this. It
Yeah.
reminds me that there are spiral staircases.
Yes.
There's the spiral staircase. And that's why every round goes higher and higher. And some of us
Mhm.
don't rise so very well because we don't have the stool that we need
Mhm.
to make sure that we raise our legs high.
Mhm.
Our body's not accustomed to climbing stairs. Next thing you know, we have to have the kind of accommodation that it has no stairs, you see. And so this is perfect. The breakdown of the body and the legs, not the breakdown of the legs, what I'm trying to say is without that movement, without that circulation, without that climbing, without that vibration that has it be a rotational and movement that's upward and upward, we're not really using the DNA example as we could. We're shown something in that example, in that scientific analysis of or picture of what the DNA looks like. So let's climb that ladder for sure. No
There's
more
another
wince.
phrase that comes.
Huh? Go ahead.
There's another phrase that comes to mind: rise and shine. Not
Yes.
just awaken, but to rise
Yes.
and
Yes.
shine. You
Yes.
know, and glow and grow. I'm.
Yes.
Let me listen and stop talking.
No, it's okay. Thank you. We're just rising and shining, and this is the morning. This is the morning energy healing tune-up, and it's a beautiful thing. So it's like let's go forward in our day with the
Yes.
positive energy of feeling free, unique, well-resourced, and healthy. That's what we're striving to do. And so I appreciate your energy of being here, and I appreciate that what I saw myself offering today was how to not be closed and wincing, because of the negative people and what they're doing and the news media that constantly exports that. And not just the news media, but the infection of that which would have us wince. That means we have to do work to overcome it. That's the Overground Railroad um, trail of happiness, the road of happiness towards joy, towards fulfillment. And so I want to offer people who watch this the ability to get half off a Free Your Feelings session with me where we use oil to explore their dimensions. We use essential oils or we use tapping. We actually can do both. We actually do both in the Free Your Feelings for Fulfillment sessions. It's aromas, it's Reiki hand healing, and it's tapping. And you
I
get to,
love the art. I
yes,
love the art. You know.
yes, you're a work of art. So join me in helping that be so. I'm Niamo Muid, Dr. Niamo. I call myself the Hillmobile conductor. And we're just striving to exemplify Mother Harriet Tubman's energy. Y'all may not know you stuck. You may not know you enslaved by powers that are invisible. And there's a lot of solutions out here, and I just bring one of them. Acknowledging your own heel mobility is a source of hope and a solution. Okay. So I thank you for being with me. And we're going to do one last thing, and that is recognized by the tapping kun faya kun exercise, our different senses. There's lots of senses of the body. You got stuff that can smell on your arm. you have there's lots of things that the body does that we have not acknowledged. And we think we have to have others tell us about it. But now all the knowledge is available. You can ask Claude and Gemini and this one and that one. So we could start here, and it's kun faya kun, which means be and it is, be and it becomes. The creator, most high, innermost, when it's decided on a thing, simply says to it, be, and it becomes kun faya kun. And one of the reasons why I like that so much is because when something is bothering us, when I find something is bothering me, I know from another scriptural verse that all I have to do is turn to the creator, most high, innermost, and sever my relationship with anything else. Don't look to anything else. That won't help me. But if I remember that which brought me here, then kun fire kun, whatever I'm thinking about. Because I thought of it, kun fire kun. The Most High Innermost can make it so. So it pays us to narrow and focus what our gathering of new knowledge and energies is telling us. And we can only do that, or we do that best when we are in a state of prayer, a state of offering peace to life, a state of meditating on the qualities that support us with reverence toward that which gave us speech. We didn't create the speech, something else gave us speech, right? All right, so up here, what we do is you can just follow me if you like, and I'll just be going through the body, tapping different parts of the body. We tap up here, we tap here, the front of the brow, tap outside of the brow, at the temple, under the eye, under the nose, under the mouth, at the collarbone, under the arm, then the wrist, then the top of the head or the crown. Okay. And so I've attached a little, I don't know, I don't know if it's a choreo poem, I don't know what to call it, but it's a way of speaking about it. My first eye is healing me in ways that I don't know about. So we just tap there. My first eye is healing me in ways I don't know about. I know it is. I know my second eye is healing me in ways I don't know about. And then we go outside here and we say, I know my third eye is healing me in ways I don't know about. I know my inner vision is healing me in ways I don't know about. I know my sense of smell is healing me in ways I don't know about. I said, I know my sense of smell is healing me in ways I don't know about. My speech pattern, my words are healing me in ways I don't know about. I said, my speech pattern and the words I use is healing me. They are healing me in ways I don't know about. Now my throat and my upper heart are healing me in ways I don't know about. My thyroid is doing the work of healing me. This whole apparatus of my upper chest is healing me in ways I don't know about. And let's do the heart. Heart, my bigger brain, my biggest brain is healing me in ways I don't know about. And then under the arm, my whole solar plexus series of operations is healing me in ways I don't even know about. And my wingtips, my wrists, and the whole apparatus of my fingers and my external limbs of coming out of my arms, my wingtips are everything's healing me in ways that I don't even know about. And by the most gracious, most high, innermost, my crown is open to receiving and acknowledging the presence of healing in this moment and all moments in ways that I don't even know about. Take a deep breath. Thank you.
Sante Sana.
You're welcome. What do you say in response to Asante Sana?
Doesn't come to mind right now.
In Jema, something like that?
I, any positive affirmation. Ashe, ashe.
Ashe, ashe, ashe. So thank you so much, my darling. I will turn off the recording,
Okay.
but we could still visit.